Eric Clapton, often hailed as one of the greatest guitarists in rock history, is known for his soulful playing, emotional depth, and legendary contributions to bands like Cream, Derek, and the Dominoes, and his solo career. But behind the music that moved millions lies a story far darker than most fans truly understand. Clapton's journey has been riddled with pain, addiction, tragedy, and controversy, painting a complex portrait of a man whose immense talent often masked a life spiraling through personal demons and heartbreaking loss. Born in 1945, Clapton grew up believing his grandparents were his parents and that his mother was his sister, a revelation that deeply scarred him and left him grappling with feelings of abandonment and identity issues well into adulthood. These early wounds laid the groundwork for a life often driven by emotional instability and a desperate search for meaning, both of which found temporary comfort in music and, more destructively, in drugs and alcohol. By the late 1960s, Clapton had achieved godlike status among guitarists, but behind the scenes, he was struggling. His unrequited obsession with Pattie Boyd, the wife of his friend George Harrison, consumed him. It inspired songs like Layla but also led him into deeper emotional turmoil. Unable to cope with the pain of rejection and the pressures of fame, Clapton descended into heroin addiction, disappearing from the public eye for 3 years and nearly destroying his career. Even after kicking heroin, he turned to alcohol, which led to years of abusive behavior, erratic performances, and multiple stints in rehab. His alcoholism, by his own admission, made him selfish, violent, and emotionally unavailable, damaging relationships both personal and professional. His redemption was far from immediate. In 1991, Clapton faced unimaginable heartbreak when his 4-year-old son, Connor, tragically died after falling from a 53-yard floor window in New York City. The grief was overwhelming, and while the tragedy led to one of his most poignant songs, Tears in Heaven, it also plunged him into another battle with sobriety and depression. But even beyond the personal struggles, Clapton's legacy has been marred by controversy. In the 1970s, during a drunken outburst at a concert, he delivered a racist rant supporting anti-immigrant politician Enoch Powell, remarks that shocked fans and fellow musicians alike. Though he later expressed regret, the incident sparked the Rock Against Racism movement and continues to stain his public image. More recently, during the COVID-19 pandemic, Clapton voiced strong opposition to lockdowns and vaccinations, aligning with controversial figures and spreading divisive views that alienated many fans. His later years, rather than offering quiet reflection, have kept him at the center of heated public debate. Clapton's story is not just one of musical brilliance, but of a man fighting to escape the shadows that chased him from childhood into stardom. Addiction, loss, regret, and isolation have defined much of his life, and while he has achieved sobriety and continues to perform, the scars remain visible in his music and interviews. His is a tale of redemption, yes, but also one of damage, mistakes, and the heavy toll of a life lived under the harsh glare of fame and inner torment. Eric Clapton's legend may be etched in guitar solos, but the man behind them is far more haunted and complicated than the myth ever let on.